Hello, it's Simone. I'm here with my week 31 of 2016. I'm slowly getting further with my catching up. So I'm showing you the pictures that I'm going to include in this week's spread. I often print out the photos in 4x6 and 3x4 just to be on the safe side so that I can include them on a 4x6 spread or in a 3x4 spread. And often those photos I scrapbook later on, or I include them in my kids' albums, which I haven't worked on yet, but that's the plan. I am working with the August 2016 Citrus Twist kit. I have to admit, and this is my notebook where I took notes for all of the weeks in 2016, and I just wrote down a prompt or a sentence for each of the photos or not photos that I wanted to include in this spread. And this is really, really helpful because sometimes you look at a picture and you think, what? And then you look at the prompt and then you see, oh, yeah, right. I wanted to write about this or that. Okay. Um, as I said before, I'm working with the Citrus Twist kit from 2016, August 2016, and I have to admit I subscribed to their kit in August. They had something like subscribe now and get 20% of your first kit, and I have been looking at their kits for several months, and since I wanted to try out different kit clubs, I just jumped on that chance and never used one and any of the kits at all. I pulled out several of the cards and started using them in my Daisy Dory during the past months, but I never actually worked with their pocket scrapbooking kit. I don't even know what they call it, as a whole thing, which is really a bummer. And so it was quite hard to figure out what I was going to use. Um, it's it's not that the kit is bad or anything. It's just that I'm more used to scrapbooking with a different kit, and so this was a struggle for me. Not because I don't like it, don't get me wrong. I really love um, the plain cards and the way, yeah, it's just a different kind of scrapbooking. And I don't really mind having, like last week, I made this complete spread with gnomes and all of this. And so this is the week before, and it's very whimsical. And now this is more, it's not white, obviously, but it's just less embellished. There's not a lot of whimsical things on there. It is, yeah, more graphic maybe. I don't really care about that. I just flip through my Project Life album. I'm happy that everything is in there, that I can look at it, that I can read about my notes, and I don't get bothered with different styles on different spreads. So that is a fun thing to just try and do. I just wanted to see how that worked for me. Since I had it, since I bought it, I just tried it out, and you can see compared to my last week's title card, this week's title card is an understatement. So last year, I often used white cardstock, and this is something that you can find with Danielle is her name. Her YouTube channel is Bennington Lane. Unfortunately, she doesn't really do YouTube videos anymore, or not very often, but if you search on YouTube for her channel, she has lots and lots of Project Life process videos, and her Project Life is so white and it's just perfect. So these kinds of things, like mounting white cardstock on a background and just having a sliver of pattern paper be visible, this is something that I took on from her. And I really love that. And yeah, so she draws lines for journaling and all of that stuff. And then there were, I think this is what I received as a present for being a subscriber. There were several cork pieces in the kit or in the box, so to say. And I just made sure I used some of them because in my last week I used lots of cork embellishment, and so this is something that makes the album look cohesive. Even though it doesn't, the styles are totally different. Having cork in both spreads just gives it the feeling that this still belongs together even though it looks different. Again, this card is greatly inspired by Danielle, and I will see how my next weeks look like and how they work, but that is again something that I want to do more of. I'm not sure how far I will be getting with my catching up on Project Live 2016 because I want to try my idea of an approach for 2018 at the end of October. So I ordered several things from Coco Daisy in their reveal, and I have this idea in my head that I will tell you a little bit more about when it comes closer to the date. And yeah, so I might not be able to continue with my project live. And since I'm out of the country at the moment, I'm visiting my sister for her wedding, which is actually today. And yeah, so I might not have a video next week, but there will be Project Live videos, just not for 2016. So this is 2 journaling cards 3x4 that will go into 3x4 slots. I treated them, however, or the embellishments on them, however, as if they were connected. So I added the embellishments and then I cut it apart so that I was able to have them being connected, because the journaling card is about the photo next to it. And you will see later on when I spread it out on my pockets, page protectors, I'm missing the word, you will see what I mean. So the only thing that I pulled in, no, that's not true. I pulled in even more. I pulled in some embellishments from the Chimel Little by Little collection. I thought that would work well. But I also pulled in those alpha stickers that those were included, I think. I'm not positive though. Those were included in the Coco Daisy August 2016 kit. And now you can see my gray hair and my head because I'm working on journaling and I just need to get closer. So I realized that photo wasn't a 3x4 card photo. There was a sliver of another photo underneath and I needed to cut it off. So I'm thinking, because this is going on in a 4x6 slot and I already journaled on the other 4x6 card, and now I need to find a way to make it work. So what I did is I cut down a piece of white cardstock. I added a leftover piece of the pattern paper that I used for a 4x6 card. And then I am going to cut down this My Friend. This is also from a cut apart sheet. I'm just going to cut it down, move it a little bit to the side, and then layer those, the photo and the cut apart together. And then I'll just add this airplane transparency die cut, which I really struggle with using those. So I'm really happy that I was able to use it here. And now I don't really like how this looks, and I wanted to add the hi so that it says, "Hi, my friend." And yeah, it works now, but it didn't really work in the beginning. we had our friends from Germany visit us last August, and so that is what I is happening in this Project Life spread. I'm not documenting the whole travel there, just like giving a little overview of what happened and what we did. I still plan on finishing my traveling or summer 2016 traveler's notebook that I started last summer and haven't touched since. That is one of those really overwhelming projects that you start and have this awesome idea, and then it just doesn't, it's just so overwhelming when you get back to the day-to-day stuff. This is what happened to me. So when they came for their visit and then right after school started back up, I just didn't have any time left to work on that. Yeah, so that is what happened. But I haven't given up on that journal, so maybe one day you will see me working on that again. I added this flag to that photo up there, and then I added a label and built a little journaling cluster at the bottom of the photo, and I also added some embellishments to the top so that the flag wasn't so lonely. Compared to the embellishment cluster from the bottom, it just looked strange. Now I'm going to add this label there, and then I'm just going to add the die cut, which says away we go. As I said, I plan on journaling more in depth about this trip and about all of my feelings in the journal, and so I thought I wouldn't really need the space for journaling about my feelings there. Now I'm just using my ruler to see what the Yosemite looks like spelled out, and I decide to place it right underneath that cut apart die cut. And then I add that other die cut from the Chamel. It's a Chamel die cut. I don't really know what collection it is, but yeah. And then there was this more acetate, and I struggle so badly with this. I see that there is foil on top, but I just cannot get it off. So I spared you the 30-second struggle, the sped up 30-second struggle, and just cut it out. And now I'm going to continue with the letter stickers again, and I'm spelling out in awe because those giant sequoias in the Sequoia National Park were just breathtaking. I can't say how amazing this looks. It's just awesome. So I just spelled out in awe, and then I said, I wrote a little bit of journaling about how this trip was just so much fun, and experiencing it with our friends was even better. And yeah, that's what I wrote there. And then I add even more journaling. I'm creating another one of those Danielle Banning Lane inspired journaling cards, and I add one of those cut aparts. Those look like they were made with a label maker. Love those. And then I think I am just adding the different places we went. And so I pulled out my planner from last year to look at the different stops we made, and I just wrote those on there. And then that I declare, no, I add one more wood veneer. Again, this is just, well, it fit there first, and second, it was just a nice way to repeat the same element. I added a wood veneer arrow to another card in the beginning of the spread, so having it being repeated near the end means it's on the bottom right side, and the other one is on the top left. So that is one of those design elements that I always try to incorporate. Repeating things bottom right, top left, top right, bottom left, so that it just looks like it's intentionally done that way. Well, it does look intentionally, but it also looks cohesive and it looks pleasing to the eye. That's why it's so important to do these things. I added another bit of journaling, and now I'm not sure if I just want to leave this photo as it is. It's the last photo in the spread. It's a photo of all of us, and I leave it there, and then I add this. I think it's from the cut apart 6x6 piece, and I add, there's a row of hearts, and I thought that would look really nice there. Now I'm placing the photos and journaling cards on the page protectors, and I decide to switch things up a bit. And if you look to the right, to the left, the yellow journaling card and the photo, there is the embellishment on both pieces, and this just makes them tie together more. Now I just add a cork star to the title card, and then I declare this spread as done. And here is a close-up at the full spread. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to keep watching, there's more videos on screen right now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And let me know in the comments right now what you are working on right now. I'm so curious to know. I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.